Welcome back to the build. In this episode, I'll install a 12 volt, 100 amp hour Redodo lithium iron battery. I'll wire up some lights, USB ports, and add a 12 volt cigarette lighter to power the fridge. Here I'm building the battery box to store the battery securely. I purposely located the battery box at the midpoint of the truck to help balance the weight. Though this battery only weighs 25 pounds, so weight is not an issue. So I boxed in the battery box portion of the bench seat and added some heavy-duty foam to surround the battery and help secure and cushion it on rough roads. I got this 6-blade fuse block off of Amazon. Most of the parts I use are linked in the video description below. When I built out my boat about 15 years ago, I used a similar fuse block and have had great luck with it, so I'm pretty confident this will be fine as well. After pulling my wires to the battery box, I added some connector ends. I soldered and shrink tubed every connection. Turned out pretty good for a rusty old carpenter. This is the 12 volt cigarette lighter port for the fridge. It also has a USB and voltmeter. This came as a unit, but I decided to split it up to suit my needs. I took the USB and voltmeter and located it facing the back door of the camper. Here I'm wiring in the 12 volt cigarette plug. This is where I'll power the Setpower Fridge while at camp. The fridge will run off the Redodo battery at camp and off the truck when we're driving. I plan on adding a solar charging system later on down the road as well. It's time to connect the battery to the fuse box and test some stuff out. The Redodo battery design is very clean and easy to work with. The battery does not ship fully charged. The voltmeter is showing 13.3 volts or 90% of full charge. We'll charge it up fully later in the video. I made this battery hold down from some leftover aluminum scrap I had from the build. It should be plenty strong. Redodo Power sent me out this battery charger and battery to test out in the camper. The charger is a 14.6 volt, 20 amp charger for charging off your house power or shore power. The battery is a 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. Both the battery and the charger are clean designs and feel very sturdy and well made. Both the battery and the charger came with clean and easy to read directions. I'll be the first to admit I don't have a lot of experience with 12 volt systems or batteries, let alone lithium ion batteries. That being said, my first impression of this battery was it was lightweight and felt really well built. If you're interested in this type of battery, you can check out all of the Redodo battery options with the website link in the description. They have also offered a 3% discount code to viewers of my channel. Use TBT3 for a 3% discount. I built this awning a few years back and it's been holding up well, so I added it to the camper. Check out the build video on my channel. I also made this LED strip light that I wanted to connect to the house battery and put a switch inside the camper for lighting up the camp area at night. I ran the wire through the side wall of the camper, just above the kitchen counter, and ran the wire behind the backsplash I made. After soldering and trig tubing everything, I tucked the wire in the channel and reinstalled the backsplash. Here I use some old tubing to protect the wires in this high-use cabinet. As I mentioned before, the battery comes partially charged. I plugged in the charger and connected the alligator clips to the battery. The battery was fully charged in a few hours. The red light on the battery charger will turn green when the battery is done charging. The voltmeter says 13.5 volts. That's fully charged 100%. For some reason, pushing this button is fun, and I can't stop doing it. Here I'm testing out some exterior lights. The rocker panel lights are old LED light strips that have been under my truck for a few years, and I added them to the house battery. I also added the new LED strip in the back step for exiting and entering the camper at night. These LED strips are super easy to make, super durable, and put off some great light. Here's another light that I added, a kitchen counter light. The light had to be low because the walls of the camper fold down on top of it, but it puts off some great light. One of the most exciting parts of adding the 12-volt Redodo battery is not having to use ice anymore. We swapped out our cooler for the Setpower TC35 fridge. I ran this fridge inside of my truck at 39 degrees for more than 72 hours with a fridge full of drinks. Granted, the outside temperature of these 3 days was only about 65 degrees, but I was totally blown away at how long I could run this fridge off of this 100 amp hour battery. I can't wait to test it out in the field. Since the camper is very small, I kept the fridge on the rear seat delete and on the fridge slide. I added a second fridge wire for ease of use. One wire goes to the Redodo battery and the other one goes to the 12-volt socket in the truck. This makes for an easy swap out when you arrive at camp. Thanks for watching.